What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 6ix9ine Show, episode 8 of our music section. So our sports section will be up before this episode. So if you're watching this episode, our sports section should be up. So make sure you go watch the sports section of
on top
episode
of
8.
another like 10 videos that if you would also like to go back and watch, feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. Watch our whole channel.
Yeah,
but we
watch
talk
the
about
channel.
the
Our
most
TikTok.
recent video of the last dance that happened on Sunday. So make sure you go check that out. With a couple other things that I don't want to spoil now. So yeah, go check that out. But again, social medias, make sure you follow us. Our TikTok's popping right now, so make sure you follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, all of that at The 6ix9ine Show. This is going to be your co-host, Michael, your co-host, Zach. And again, this is The 6ix9ine Show. We cover all sports and music content. So, and music,
anything that piques our interest.
like basketball and football, and then like hip hop. Sometimes and Ariana Grande. Hip hop and
probably
Ariana
won't be
Grande.
on here unless something big happens.
Well,
But
dude, no, Tiger. We talking about Tiger. I love Tiger.
Tyga.
Okay, but let's get into the
Tigers
music
for
section.
sports, Tygas for music.
Yeah. Let's get into the music section. So the first part of the music section, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it's a big thing right now. Boogie and Lil Tjay are basically in a battle for New York. Lil Tjay,
It's not a battle.
It's not a battle, but Lil Tjay thinks it's a battle. I literally
TJ's
looked
that
at
little
a
brother that's pulling on Boogie's shorts.
Yeah.
It's like, hey.
I literally looked at a Snapchat thing. It was like, who's the king of New York, Boogie or Lil Tjay? Boogie was at 86%. Lil Tjay was at 14%.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Lil Tjay is great. And
He's good.
But his whole career, I feel like, and he even mentions this in his songs, is trying to distinguish himself from Boogie. I don't really like. I see similarities. It's not too big, but Lil Tjay also had a basically Instagram live fight with Don Q. And if you don't know who Don Q is,
The boy.
he's another
Don Q's the
rapper.
boy.
He's the rapper that came up with Boogie.
Look at the sweatshirt Michael's got on.
Highbridge,
Highbridge.
the label baby. But he came up with Boogie, and they are basically like, he's like the Rick Ross to Boogie's like Drake kind of.
Yeah.
Like, if that makes sense. He's like
They
that
love each
type of
other,
rapper.
but Boogie's obviously on a different echelon. But they have so much love and respect
Yes.
for each other. They always work together. They've been together forever. They came out
Forever.
of Highbridge together. They love each other.
And what's going to even make this beef even bigger is the mixtape that's supposedly dropping by the end of this week, State of Emergency. Lil Tjay's dropping another mixtape, and I guarantee, since it's a mixtape, which he's just going to throw songs on there, obviously that he's been recording through the quarantine, whatever, I guarantee there's going to be a lot of shots at Boogie, and it's going to blow this thing out of the water.
Also, I
Things-
love how
it's
Drake
gonna
dropped a
explode.
mixtape, and now everyone else has dropped a mixtape.
Well, everyone always drops a mixtape.
Well, I know, but
Drake's
Drake-
the only one who doesn't
I
drop
know,
mixtapes.
but since Drake dropped it this week, everyone's
Yeah.
like, "Here's my mixtape. Here's my mixtape." Here's
Drake's
my
like
mixtape."
the only one who doesn't drop mixtapes.
But
on
when
a
he
consistent
does,
basis. Yeah.
when he does, it changes the world.
But it's going to be huge. I personally, I'm sorry, Boogie's better than Lil Tjay. He's been around longer. Lil Tjay's newer to the game. Lil Tjay, whatever anyone says, he definitely has. I think he copies more Lil Tecca. Well, I guess Lil Tecca came after Lil Tjay, I guess.
yeah, but if we're talking about like area and like
because they're like
the way they
exactly the same
are. Where
person.
did Lil Tecca come from? He's not
Lil
from
Tecca
Florida.
came from flaming people on Call of Duty.
Well, I know, but where did he come?
I don't know where he's from.
He's one of those people.
I think he's from LA, isn't he? Somewhere in that area. I don't. Okay, if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. I knew where he was from. I actually watched a thing about it, but I kind of forget where Lil Tecca's from. But I think Lil Tjay is more about like Lil Tecca. But you can definitely hear he takes a lot of inspiration from Boogie.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's an issue. The problem is when he's going on Instagram and flaming Boogie and things like that.
Yeah.
And like, dude, Boogie. First of all, he's great.
love
Boogie
A-Boogie.
is a great artist. He's dropped.
His name is literally Artist Legally. It's
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
know that he is a great
like
artist.
he came up obviously from Highbridge, came up with Don Q and all them, but ever since his first mixtape, Artist, that he originally dropped,
Even his
Every
even
one of
TBA, that was just a couple songs that he
Well,
dropped.
his
Like,
EP, yeah.
that went big too.
everything he does is good. He doesn't do anything bad. His singles are worse than his albums. His albums and his mixtapes are fantastic, and then his singles
Because
grow on you.
he always drops his singles from his albums or his mixtapes are the songs that you're like, okay, like I understand why you dropped it as a song on its own because it has features and things like that. But
Yeah.
it's not like the stuff on his
And
album.
then
that
he
gets
drops
you
his album.
hyped for
But
his
then you
album.
start to like his singles more
Oh,
when you
yeah.
listen to the album, when you hear it with. Because all of his stuff has very good concepts, I feel like.
Like King of the City, I didn't like King of the City that much.
Now
until
I love
after
it.
I
Now I like it a
listened to the
lot.
album,
Obviously,
I'm like, oh, yeah.
I don't like it as much like hardly any of the other songs. That
If he would have written that
Artist
now,
2
it would
was
have been
great.
a shot at Lil Tjay.
Yeah.
But he wrote that before, so no one.
Well, it was
think that that
technically
a shot.
still a shot at Lil Tjay. Like, not without it.
Not at him
indirectly.
directly. It was
like,
kind of like
Lil
everybody.
Tjay probably he's just like taking it as a shot. But and what's
Donald
even
Trump
bigger with
probably took it as
this
a shot.
is another person that's in the fight for this, which is not really in the fight for this. And you guys all know who this is. He's going to be doing an Instagram Live on Friday at 3 p.m. 6ix9ine, he also says he's the king of New York all the time. He's not even in this conversation. Get out of here.
He's not the king of his. He's not the king of his gang. He's not the king of his prison. He's not the king of anything. Like, dude, he's not
he's
the king
of Rona. He got Rona.
Well, yeah, that's different.
Supposedly.
R. Kelly was hoping he got Rona. We already talked about that though.
But let us know what you guys think about that. I personally think A Boogie's bigger. We're gonna have this is very new stuff, so we're gonna have to see how this develops. I think with the state of emergency mixtape, if it drops when it's supposed to this week, this story's gonna get way bigger, right? Yeah. I think there's gonna be.
I just want to see if A Boogie responds. I want to see if A Boogie, maybe he's been working on stuff over this whole time. Maybe this beef's been brewing for a little bit. Maybe he.
I want to see him respond with the song because they've been like back and forth on Twitter, so I know Don Q's been flaming Lil Tjay, whatever.
No, what's going to happen is A Boogie and Don Q are going to get on a song together, and then they're just going to destroy him. Because it's going to be one song. He's dropping the whole mixtape. They're going to put one song out that just ends it.
Lil Tjay also did another, I don't know if it was a Snapchat video or an Instagram Live, or an Instagram story, or an Instagram Live, one of the three. But he was like, F that, nah, shit, and that was obviously at A Boogie, and he also said like something about 6ix9ine, which don't even bring up 6ix9ine. I cannot wait for his Instagram Live.
I don't even like 6ix9ine, but I might have to watch it just for the pure entertainment factor.
Just to flame it.
Just like, what is he saying?
He might get shot on the Instagram Live. He better not. He better not hit to where he is, dog, or he's getting run up on.
He better not be in New York. Yeah. Hopefully he's in like Wyoming.
Hopefully he's out of the country. But
yeah. But no, when it comes to the whole TJ and A Boogie beef, I like
both of them, which sucks.
I really like. Both of them. I can understand. Like,
well, TJ new song, cool.
Yeah, with little TJ, I think like obviously he draws inspiration from A Boogie, and I think what he's trying to do right now, which I don't think he's doing the right way, because I think that since he's so new, a lot of people are like, oh, this guy's so new. A Boogie's been out for a while. They're very similar. I think he's trying to separate himself. But I think there's a way to separate yourself. I think it's by the way. I think you should pay homage to the people that are before you, and then try to make your sound.
And you can draw him. It was like he's not. They were very. They came out very recent
He just got big before the other.
He's got a lot more big.
But if you think about it, you should want.
TJ has FN. He was on the Polo G.
You should want to do a song with him. You should want to collab a hybrid. You should want to like that. That's the way I would do. I understand like it's the rap gang. I understand that a lot of things within rap are like beefs and things like that. I understand there's a lot of studio beefs. There's a lot of things that are made behind the scenes just for revenue, and maybe that's what this is. But my thing is, if I was my own independent artist, I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to work with those people. I would want to like pick their brain, do that kind of inspiration, to figure out what they did, and see.
Absolutely.
Even if you don't want to copy what they did, you can literally just be like, oh, they did this. This worked really well. They had a shortcoming here. What can I do to make that shortcoming a good thing?
Because A Boogie he was close with 6ix9ine before 6ix9ine derailed. He's close with Lil Tecca, which sounds a lot like Lil TJ, but that sounds really good together. Like, imagine if like Polo G and Lil TJ and like they did songs with Boogie and Tecca. Like, that could be a really good like generational like rap talent, and like
that'd be great for the New York rap scene. That would be
and like obviously it would be so great for the New York rap scene. I don't understand, but also you also need beef and competition so they can be at their best. So I understand that as well. So we'll see what it goes. I cannot wait to listen to State of Emergency mixtape because I do like Lil TJ. I love his music, so we'll see what happens. But I want some diss tracks to be coming out. I think that'd be crazy.
Now, on to people that I don't necessarily like that much in recent history. The Migos, they dropped a song.
I love the Migos. I love them as personalities. I love their original music. There was a couple songs on Culture too, even though that the project sucked. There was a couple songs that were really good.
They still dropped good stuff here and there. But my thing is like
great features.
Great features. I think like with Takeoff and Offset. I think what's the other guy's name? Takeoff, Offset, and Quavo. Why did I forget Quavo? I love their own individual stuff. I think that Quavo...
See, I hate their own individual. I think it was so disappointing and awful that they should never do individual
But I think out of the two of them, that Offset and Quavo are definitely the
Like, you mean like features?
No, not like... I think when it comes to their own personal brands and those kind of things.
Brands, yes.
I think that like Offset and... not take off the...
Offset and
Quavo. Offset and Quavo. I think that they're so big like within their own like media brands, within their own things that they're doing, that I think the Migos like... I feel like with the music that they're making, I feel like they're all trying to grow their brand individually, which is obviously it's what you should do. You should worry about your financial security, worry about your own well-being, but you should also always hold roots to what you came from before. And
I think they do.
I think that they
definitely do. They're dropping Culture 3.
Well, yeah, but I think they just branch off into their own thing, and then they try to come back so hard. I don't think like...
This is the first time they've ever branched off on their own thing, and it didn't work out at all.
So my thing is like they just have to find the right way to hone that back in.
Yeah.
So I hopefully everything.
Offset's associated with Face Clan. He streams video games. He's hilarious. I love Offset. I love all of them.
Yeah.
I think Takeoff's the best rapper. Offset's just Offset, and Quavo can put a hook together like nobody's business. But on their own individual, Takeoff had the best individual
when it comes to
by
music
far.
By itself.
His was actually decent. The other two's were so bad I never want to hear anything by them again. But all together,
when Quavo and Drake go
Culture
together,
1's a classic, dog.
Oh,
Culture 1 is a classic. The
Culture
original
2?
Culture. Oh wow. Yes.
Culture 3, hopefully something better. Hopefully they go back to
apparently they're working a lot harder on Culture 3. Apparently.
But if their album is anything like the song they just dropped.
Yeah, the song they dropped was Taco Tuesday. I actually like the song. I actually like it. They did on Cinco de Mayo, probably just to be funny, probably like a funny thing.
We need to do.
We're gonna have a
TikTok
LeBron's Taco Tuesday is at the front of it, so we love LeBron. I think that was awesome. I literally called I remember talking to one of my friends, and I was like a while ago, and I was like, I guarantee this is gonna be at the start of somebody's song just because it's funny, and it was, and I think that's super dope. So. I actually like the song. It's really short. It's just a funny,
I think it's funny,
song.
But it's good for what it is. But it's just it is what it is. That's all.
Cool.
That's all
it is what it is. It's cool that they dropped it on Cinco de Mayo.
It's not they were like, oh, this is gonna be a chart topper. This is gonna be the thing that makes us big again.
I think they just dropped it.
Yeah, they were just bored in the corners.
Which is kind of what I like.
I like it when people do that.
And I kind of like that's like the Migos personality. So.
You don't want to do that so much to where you become like Lil Dicky. You don't want that.
Lil Dicky.
Well, yeah, but okay, that was
he's
you don't want to
become weird.
You don't want to become Weird Al Yankovic. You want to drop funny songs,
want to be
but you don't want to do it all the time.
But yeah, Lil Dicky's very respected.
Oh, I love Lil Dicky. That was a very bad.
Yeah. Speaking of Lil Dicky, I cannot wait for his new album. It's been 5-6 years. Dude, he puts more time into his music than I've ever seen anyone put in ever. It's ridiculous.
His production quality, everything that he does.
Dude, it took him a decade to put the Earth video together. A decade, dude.
Yeah. My thing is he's not one of those artists that are revolutionary and time changing. He's not one of those people that's gonna he is revolutionary and not necessarily time changing, but he's not that person that you're gonna look back and be like, wow, that dude could put a hook together like crazy. Yeah. This dude went into a rap battle and done this. This dude did this diss track and flamed the crap out of people. Yeah. I think he's one of the best artists of just grind. He is not talent. He's not gifted all the way up here that all the other people are, but he's so hard.
Well, I think he's more gifted because he fills.
Well, he's just he has so much dedication and stuff that he puts
his
it all
niche that he fills and his lyrics and his songs and what he's talking about is freaking genius.
He's intelligent.
His music video, he's
very, very.
He's smarter than probably anyone else in a rap game. And his lyrics and the type of songs he put out and the concepts of what it's genius stuff. It's never been done before in rap. The niche he fills is incredible. Yes. And everyone loved him. So,
but that was not even on our outline today, so I'm sorry that we got off tangent. But we're gonna get to our next topic.
Yeah. So our next thing is the Chris Brown and Young Thug. Chris Brown and Young Thug just dropped a mixtape called Slime and B. Obviously, Slime for whatever, then B for Slime for Young Thug, B for the end of R&B because Chris Brown is R&B music. Whatever. It's the mixtape. The album cover is actually super sick.
Yeah,
but I don't know, dude. I haven't listened to all of it. It just dropped today.
I've listened to it.
It actually dropped a couple hours before we're recording this. And I've listened to a little bit of it. They have decent features on it too.
I just don't think they're not the combination. They're not the combination.
Yeah, they don't pair very well because it's Young Thug. Young Thug. In some of the songs, I haven't listened to all of them. Obviously, I could be wrong about this. I just listened to a couple songs a couple times. I've not listened to it, so I could be wrong about this as I listen to it more because I'm going to. Did not download it. From what I heard, I did not want to. But it's Chris Brown does the R&B thing, and Young Thug does more of the hard rapping, but then he tries to do a little bit of R&B here and there. And it's weird. It's just weird. You know what I mean? And it might sometimes weird grows on you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it could be something that turns into something, but I don't.
It's not something right now. Let's just put it that way. I don't think it's something good right now. But obviously, that definitely could change. So there's a lot of stuff going on in the music industry right now. Ton. This year has been insane for music. Incredible.
Yeah. It's been insane for just a year, but just within the music industry, it's been crazy. It's had a lot of up and downs. Just a lot of good music, a lot of music, but just all around, it's been a crazy year for music.
It's one of the best years in music I can remember. All the big people are dropping this year. I can't wait.
Future's dropping more music than anybody.
Well, he's always done that. He's dropped like, dude. He drops more.
Well, maybe not. Maybe the baby's gonna surpass it because the baby drops so much music.
Close.
Well, I know not
the
like
mixtapes and the features and the future.
But if we're talking about like him catching up, like if they're at like an even pace, I think like the baby's like the closest one to drop. Maybe Drake now because Drake's dropping so much stuff this year.
Yeah, Drake's going nuts, crazy.
This is his year.
Yeah, it's his summer. I don't think it's his whole year. He's gonna die off
unless him and Lil Wayne make the album together.
Yeah, if him and Lil Wayne make the album together, it's over.
Yeah.
If he has one, this will be a legendary year in music.
If he's got things dropping in the spring, summer, and winter,
you got it.
Ooh, baby.
If he drops like a November album with Lil Wayne in November,
what if he dropped like the Views like anniversary edition? What if
he won't do that?
Dude, what if he's like added like 3 new songs on there and just like redrop? Dude,
that will never happen.
That would be so crazy.
Dude,
off topic again.
If him and Lil Wayne hop on that project, like, is technically rumored and basically confirmed by sources. Not confirmed by them.
Drake
confirmed by sources.
And put it right next to this Lil Wayne one. I think that would make it happen.
If that happens, dude, I'm gonna record the craziest video for this channel of all time.
We might have to move to Toronto.
I might move to New Orleans. What a boy.
I have to move to Miami. That's where he lives.
No, I'm moving into New Orleans, and he's gonna come to me.
No.
He still has a place in New Orleans.
He still has a place in New Orleans, but he lives in Miami.
Family, yeah. But okay, so speaking of new music dropping though, which is our last topic of the day, which we're not going to get into too much, but I do want to mention this because it's really cool. There's 2 albums dropping, one from Juice WRLD and one from Pop Smoke. So obviously they both tragically passed away, but their posthumous albums are dropping. Juice WRLD's just titled right now. The name of the album came out, and then Pop Smoke is actually rumored to be dropping at the end of this week, so on Friday. Supposedly. So Pop Smoke's going to be called The King, which is I think is
that's
awesome.
Very fitting because
especially
everything within Brooklyn and
Brooklyn drill rap. He's the king of Brooklyn drill rap, and he always will be remembered, I think, as the king of drill rap, just because of his tragic death and like the
on the trajectory that he was up for what he was doing. He wouldn't have gone down as one of the greatest in music of all time. Yeah. But for his specific kind, if you look at just how drill music has changed everything, how drill music's being used by everything, I think he would have been seen as he will be seen as one of the revolutionaries. 100%. And he was seen to go on such a trajectory of what he was doing.
He popularized it. I think you know what I mean? Like, Pop Smoke popularized Brooklyn drill rap more than anyone I think is ever going to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's like Meet the Woo 1 and 2. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, Meet the Woo 1 and 2. Yeah. Meet the Woo 1 and 2 are like just the Meet the Woo in general. Like those are like classic in that scene. Yeah. They're classics, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So it's gonna be cool. I cannot wait to listen to that. I really wish he was on Demons with.
If he really
shouts out, I'm in this bitch with the wooski. Like he literally says that in the song. Like he was. Oh man, very sad. But yeah, and the other Juice WRLD's title for his posthumous album is going to be called The Outsiders.
I think it's very fitting to his personality.
But he was a very outsider type of personality. Yeah. So I don't know if his crew was. I don't know if he's referencing like him and his crew. But
yeah, no, I can see that. I feel like the people around Juice WRLD.
I hope there's some freestyles on there, some leaked freestyle audios.
Dude, his freestyles are absolutely insane.
I really hope there's some leaked freestyle audios.
Yeah, I think
there's going to be, because I don't think he has. I mean, he probably had a lot of full songs, but man, Death Race for Love was such a good.
I hated that album when it came out, and then I can't believe you. When I heard the song, the song "Hear Me Calling," and I was like, okay, I'll give it a second chance, and I listened to it, and I don't love the album, but there's probably like 6 songs on there that I don't skip. Like if it comes on, I'm like, okay, like I want to listen to that. Like,
yeah, there's way more than that for me. That's wow. Yeah, that album's great. I like it a lot. I think it's fantastic. Better than his first, for sure. Well, that was first. I think that was his debut album. Wasn't it just a mixtape first? That he dropped? But whatever. Yeah. I love Juice WRLD. Almost everything he does. Like, it's just, Juice WRLD has really good music to listen to. And he really talks about, like, some crazy stuff. And it wasn't as crazy until now. Mm-hmm. Now that you hear it after he dies and you can just draw references.
And it's just so much sadder when you hear about like all the drug problems that he went through, and how he was struggling with it and trying to get off, and like how he knew it was gonna kill, like how he was like, it's gonna end my life, and it's like I'm trying to stop.
Because I think back then,
and then it does. It's just
back
so
then you
sad.
saw it as like a.
You saw it as like a cry for help.
Not necessarily. See, I didn't think it was a cry for help. I thought it was like, oh, he's bragging about it. And then I listened to his music more in depth, and I definitely saw it as a cry for help when I was listening to his music more in depth. And then now that he dies, you literally see so many relations, especially in the song Legends, where he literally talks about people dying, like when the to X and Lil Peep, that song was about them, and oh my god, everything he says in that song happened to him, and it's like hard to listen to now. Yeah. There's some songs that he like that are hard to listen to by Juice WRLD because, like, dude, he wanted to get off. He was trying. His family talked about how he was trying so hard to get off of drugs and just couldn't. He could not do it. It's impossible for him. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. And it's especially harder for him with the line of stuff that, like, with what he did in his life, like, that he's surrounded by that stuff all the time, and even, like, obviously with when you do drugs,
he's incentivized to talk about.
Yeah, it's a dependency. Like, it grows in your chemicals in your brain, it changes that, so that's already harder. But then when you're within the rap scene and people are doing it all the time, and like it's just what is popular to rap about. Like,
I think it's getting less popular. That's why I hated.
I think after
hated Cardi's, which was made probably. I think the song was probably made before, like a long time ago. Pay 1993. Cardi. When he talks about like codeine and all that, it's not the time to talk about that type of stuff, and like that's getting a lot less cool nowadays than it used to. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like all the rappers now, or a lot of them.
Like right after Juice WRLD died, a lot of rappers came out and were like,
Trippie Redd.
He was like, I'm not doing any drugs.
He probably still does them, but
he was like, I'm not doing any drugs. Obviously, he classifies marijuana as something different, but he was like, hey, he's like, after all this, he's like, it opens my eyes, like. He was so revolutionary in his music as well, but just his death also revolutionized the world, in my opinion. Not the world, but more just the rap scene.
It just had such a huge impact because I think he was like the nail in the coffin on holy crap, this is a big deal.
Because he was so up and coming. He was so
Lil Peep, Mac Miller. Now you got him, and you've had others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like the third strike, nail in the coffin of holy crap. This is a big deal. Obviously, there's been a lot of death. Like Pot Smoke and X, you can't classify them as drug deaths, obviously. Yeah. But this was like the third big drug death that, like, holy crap, this is a big deal. But we need to get off this stuff. Like, it will kill you.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, if you're listening to this, if you're like an aspiring rapper, stay away from that stuff if you ever get big. Absolutely stay away from that stuff. And it's hard. Like, I think a lot of rappers that are talking out about it right now probably still do it. You know what I mean? But at least they're talking out against it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's basically it for those two, though. And that's going to do it for our music section.
Sorry to end on such a sad
note. Yeah, sorry to end on such a sad note, but I think it's
a very important topic to talk about. And I think it's something that needs to be brought right now in the media.
Yeah.
A lot more public eye on it.
Yeah. But before we go, again, make sure you check out our previous videos. Follow us on all our social medias. One more time, our TikTok is blowing up. At The Zyko Show on TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you check us out. We are being more active on there. If there's anything that we missed that you want us to cover in the next episode, comment below. If there's anything you want us to change, comment below. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this with anyone who you think will like our content as well. So, thanks, guys, for The Zyko Show, and we out.
Give me those.